Guys, I just wanted to capture your attention for a second. This is probably the more appropriate level of development that you should be at. You'll see that I have three different iterations that I've kind of explored and started to think through what my three-dimensional system could be primarily based upon. So this one right here is really, also I noticed that I had forgotten about one of my private nodes, but basically this one is just going to be primarily based on, like simple, but in some cases incomplete, intruding pathways, and then just some subdivisions that are purely radial from all of the nodal points that I'm working with. And those three primary connective tissue axes, I figure that's just going to work itself out in the three-dimensional articulation of those spaces, right? Just a thought. I don't know how it's going to work out yet, but it is a complete thought. This one right here, I started to actually isolate some of the systems that I think are going to be, perfectly contained, as well as started to look at some of those non-perfectly contained systems and really having the bulk of the complexity of the systems articulated in that space. I don't know what it's going to be in 3 dimensions yet, but that looks like it's an encapsulated system that that could actually prove to be incredibly interesting when I start to adapt it. Not sure yet. Again, not sure yet what it's going to become. And then this one has those primary vertical axes become the primary blockage or interruption in the architectural condition, which would provide for a lot of vertical, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not. It's good. Basically, this would mean that the verticality of this space is probably going to wind up being the primary architectural feature, even if it's not the primary organizational feature. If that makes any sense, right? So I mean, they're kind of the beginnings of thinking about the next steps forward without really knowing what it's going to wind up being or becoming at some point. But you should probably have thought through it to that kind of level. Is that helpful and clear? Any questions? All right.